Those lines look miserable. All right, we are done with Alberto. We had our last advisory issued at 4 o'clock. It is now just remnants of, but still a lot of rainfall. South Texas, but more so across much of northern and central Mexico. That will be an ongoing issue with inland flooding, with the landslides, the very mountainous terrain in northern Mexico. So that will be a continued issue. But South Texas will still get plenty of rainfall, as we are still overall getting that broad kind of rotation around Alberto, drawing in that tropical moisture, and that broad overall rotation still has kicked up the seas along the northern Gulf Coast, and still some ongoing wind issues with regards to some coastal flooding, although improvements on the way. You just heard Eleanor in Venetian Isles saying water is receding. Well, they're now approaching their low tide. High tides tomorrow, and it will still be an issue tomorrow, but no one under a warning, now just an advisory. Well, high tides generally for a lot of our eastern facing shorelines mid-afternoon. As far as Grand Isle, Venice, Boothville, Port Fourchon, high tides there are early mid-morning, so around 8, 9, 10 a.m. So that'll be the worst for our coastal locations. South coast, eastern coast, it will be at its worst tomorrow afternoon, and then the advisories will be lifted by 6 o'clock tomorrow. We are also watching 2 areas in the tropics for potential development. As we are done with Alberto, the next one up that we'll be watching kind of close to home may try and develop this weekend in the Bay of Campeche, but it does look like it'll be moving right into Mexico. Not something that they want to see, as it will likely be a big rainmaker. And also Invest 92. This one was highlighted yesterday. Notice both of these features are not going to be impacting us. In fact, 92 looks like it's going to move toward either the Jacksonville area, Savannah into Georgia, and then get kicked away. The one that will be more of an issue for Mexico and possibly even South Texas will be not an invest right now, but a wave that'll be bringing in heavy rainfall. For us, though, most of the next several days look relatively dry. Here's a visible satellite imagery. It does look like there is close circulation with our little invest here. So if it can get some thunderstorms around the center and increase those winds, we may see our next named storm. Again, that's assuming that we see a little bit of an organization to it before it reaches land. Then notice an upper trough moves in and kind of kicks that back out into the open Atlantic. So this one does not look like it's going to be getting into the Gulf. The one that will be down to our south is not coming anywhere near us. Winds inland still breezy, but not as strong as they had been yesterday. So that also good news for our coastal flooding. Visible satellite showing we did have some passing clouds and even a few passing showers. Nothing substantial, only picked up a trace of rain at Kenner, but a few other locations saw some decent soaking showers. A lot of that rainfall now has shifted a little bit more to our west. Had some ongoing showers around the Houma Thibodeau area a couple of hours ago, but it looks like those are winding down. At least with, again, a little more cloudiness today, our high stayed milder, 89 degrees, still plenty hot, but any day that's below 90 in June I will take. A little more cloudiness looking out over downtown, but we definitely saw more sunshine during the day today. Current reading is 88 degrees, and a few locations were able to get into the 90s. Some of that rainfall moving toward Morgan City, 77 degrees, not too bad. The cause of the extreme temperatures across much of the nation, this upper high will be moving south, but as I mentioned, this upper high, as it pushes south, anything down in the Bay of Campeche is going to get pushed right into Mexico, as this is going to be a big blocking pattern. As we go into the start of next week, the high is still in place. It does look like temperatures still mid, maybe even some upper 90s, and then we'll start to see some upper troughing along the east coast that might help to increase our rain chances by kind of Wednesday, Thursday of next week. So the next several days, an isolated shower possible Friday, with that upper high sitting right over us this weekend. Don't really see much in the way of rainfall. We'll start to see more of an onshore flow, which might help to introduce a few showers, but the better chance of rain looks to be more toward the middle to end of next week.
A former Pelican